So welcome back to the Thrivvest Podcast. Today I'm very honored to have our guest on, Geno Duca, aka GD Investments on everything, correct? So
Correct.
All right,
Thank
so
you
just
guys for having
quickly,
me, man.
yeah,
Really
of course.
appreciate it.
Just quickly introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
Yeah, so actually, grew up around 15, 20 minutes away from these guys. Just met them, but super chill. So basically, 25 years old. I grew up in a wrestling family, wrestled my entire life. My brother was state champ, dad was state champ. Everyone was calling me next state champ. Didn't get to that point, but honestly, man, it worked out so well for me, and we'll get into that story. But just a small homegrown kid, and just honestly always had a dream of becoming something in life. Just didn't really know what it was, and just continued to believe in myself regardless of the outcomes. And man, I just honestly, when it comes down to it, you just gotta believe.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to believe in yourself. Screw everyone else. Just like, I'm here for one reason, and that's just to become who I want to be.
I feel like that's like the biggest part too, like believing and then taking the step. Like
Right.
that's the thing. People believe. Some people will say that they're going to do it, but they don't take the step.
Well, the issue is everyone waits till they're ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to feel ready, but ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision, right? Like you have to make the decision in order to get to where you need to be, and everyone's scared of failure, and that's what holds them back. And it's like, dude, failure is only going to get you to the next level. That's the only way you're going to really learn in life, and I think it's honestly crazy people view it that way.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is like, people wait for the perfect conditions to start when starting is the perfect condition.
Dude, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
And so I started day trading when I was 18 years old, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just came off of wrestling. Like, I knew I wasn't going to wrestle in college anymore, or wrestle in college in general. I just had a feeling that God wanted me to be somewhere in a different place, really. So I just put wrestling aside, and I was 18 years old, going into college, just went to RCSJ for 2 years. But during that time, I was in my basement every night just learning trading. Like every night, my parents' basement in the dark, on my laptop, just like learning trading, what investing is, trading is, this and that. My dad actually got me into it, though. When I turned 18, I was working 2 part-time jobs. And so he was like, dude, you're making some money. He took me to a fidelity firm, got me signed up with an account. He's like, I want you to invest your money. So that's kind of how I started. And I had a little pamphlet they gave me, and I read that. I read the whole thing. I was like, dude, this is interesting. Like, you can make money, like, clicking some buttons. Like, it was really the money that sparked. I'm like, dude, I can make money doing nothing. And that's not the reality. That is not the reality of trading at all. But that's what sparked it. And so I just went full in. I'm like, dude, I'm young. I have nothing to lose. I'm in my parents' basement in the dark. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I went to college, was doing that, working 2 part-time jobs, and I was trading, and I lost so much money for 3 years. Literally 50 grand in the hole. Everything, every penny that I earned from those 2 part-time jobs, I lost. And that was like one of the darkest moments in my life, because I'm like, damn, I'm doing all of this work for nothing in return. Like, I'm not getting anywhere. And trading is all about mindset, and you have to have a mindset shift if you want to become profitable. You really look at it. Everyone says it's like, what, the statistics of being profitable is like 5% or something like that. And it's really not because of strategy. It's not because of anything else. It's because your mind really holds you back. A lot of people want to get into it for the wrong reasons, which I wanted to get into it for the wrong reasons, right? I was in there to make money. When I started losing money from my part-time jobs, I felt like every day I had to make it back. So I was making poor decisions every single day. And, that 3-year stretch was really rough. And I was still going to college at the time, still doing all of, every other thing that, a kid my age would be doing. And I took a step back from trading for 3 months. And I was like, dude, like, this is what I want to do. No one was going to tell me what I was going to do. Like, that I wanted to become a successful trader. And so I took a step back for 3 months and changed my whole life. It changed my entire life. Just cleared my entire mind. My mindset shifted. I was being disciplined in and out of trading, or just in the gym, my diet, everything, school, everything else was aligning. I went back into trading, and it's not like a light bulb clicked, but it was like, I don't have to worry about money. The money isn't the issue. If I can focus on strategy, on rule setting, on doing things correct every single time I step to the desk, don't let my emotions take control of me, I can make money. And I started doing that over and over and over again, and that's really what brought me to this point.
I think it's funny too. Like I went to RCSJ. I feel like RCSJ is gonna be like what the birth of like a bunch of
like
entrepreneurs.
all the internet money people, bro.
There's because the thing is with RCSJ, you create your own schedule, and it's like if you don't want to go in person, you don't have to. You just go online. Like it's sick. Like,
Absolutely, and I was my freshman year there into my sophomore year. COVID hit, so it was online for the second year. And then I started to make money in my second year of college trading, and I was like, dude, I'm not going back to school. I'm not going back to school. And my dad was like, no, you're going back to school. I was like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, well, actually, I fought him about it. I was like, nah, I'm not. I'm making money. And he understood. But at a certain point, he goes, you know what, dude, whatever. Don't go to school. It's fine, whatever. Do what you want. And I'm like thinking, like, damn, he just quit on me. Like, he thinks I can't go to school. So I went to school at Southern New Hampshire, got my finance degree online, paid for it with my trading, and traded for that 2 years of me going to school.
That's
and
wild.
made money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So we'll rewind a little bit. So wrestling, we'll talk more about that. So like in high school, I assume, did you wrestle with like younger than that too?
Yeah, I wrestled my whole life.
Okay, so
My
like
whole life.
the lessons you think from that, like learning and moving forward, like not a lot of people are successful in trading. And I think because you had that discipline, the understanding what hard work is, like that is something that probably made you defeat the odds and break out of the bubble.
It's just exact example, like 100% right. My wrestling career, I went from, like I said, I was growing up, everyone was calling me the next state champ. So I had a lot of expectations. So going through that career, I held that personally. So I worked really hard, but I wasn't there yet. Like I just didn't get to that point. And from, when I was a little kid to my junior year of high school, I didn't achieve anything. Like I won district titles, but I didn't win any region titles. I didn't win any state titles, like my goal, right? So going into my senior year, I'm like, man, I got to just take these expectations off of myself. Like I don't have anything to prove to anybody. But myself at this point, like I put all this hard work in for nothing to show. And so I really worked that whole summer long hard and kind of released those expectations. And I just had a great senior year. I went out and beat some good kids. I took second in the region, won a district title, and my overall goal was to place in the state that year. And I got 6 minutes away and fell short. And that was like my first failure in life. Like honestly, like I was like a rock bottom for being a high schooler at that point. Like that was my rock bottom because I worked my whole life to get on that podium and I was 6 minutes short. Like I just fell one match short. And I'll never forget those feelings walking off that mat, man. Cause like, dude, I spent my whole life and I felt like I got nothing in return. It was like I was a failure at that point, but also like just thinking about all the hard times I pushed myself and went through everything and just, it didn't happen. It didn't work. And I walked off that mat. My head was down. I was upset. I was just whatever at the state tournament. It's a cool experience. But I just remember praying to God, like, talking to God. And I just have a message that he sent to me. It was like, dude, this failure was to put you to somewhere much greater. And that's what I always believed in from that point on. I swear, I prayed to God, I got that message, and it was like I was a new person. Like 10 minutes after that, I walked up to my brother with a smile on my face, gave him a hug. He's like, why are you smiling? He's like, you just worked your whole life and you got like denied.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like that's not what happened. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's not what happened. Like that was just a stepping stone for me to get to here now.
Yeah.
Like that's whatever it is. It might not be wrestling, but it's a place where I can make a crucial jump in my life. And he put my back against the wall, and it's like, I got to go now, And that's what made me just consistently pursue trading and never give it up.
Do you think it would have been different if you perhaps won what you wanted?
That's a great question. I think it would have been. I honestly do. And I always reflect on that. I'm like, man, what if I got on that podium and I was like sitting there and like I was happy? Because like my back wasn't against the wall then. I didn't feel like everything I did failed. And honestly, that failure pushed me to that spot where I am today. I think you're right. I don't think I'd be in the same spot.
Yeah. Because like I had a similar situation where I didn't wrestle my whole life, but like my junior year, I won districts, and then going into like senior year, I was like, all right, well, the expectation is I have to at least win districts and do like better in regions and get to states, and the pressure of the world for me, like it was wild, and I didn't get to that, and like the exact feeling you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about. It is insane. The weight is just so heavy, but you also get pushed to that point where it's like, all right, nothing's gonna stop me now.
Yeah.
Because like you don't want to be in that point ever again.
Yeah.
Because it's like you not only you let other people down, it's yourself, and you live with yourself every day.
Yeah.
So
wrestling's just the best sport in life. It really is. It pushes people to their points where it's always on you. Everything that happens is on you because you walk out there, it's you versus the other opponent, and you think about it, it's like just like trading. Everything is a direct correlation to trading, in my belief, with wrestling. You walk out there on the mat, if you're worried about the opponent, you're probably going to lose, right? If you're worried about yourself and what you're going to do, you'll probably win, right? If you're thinking about what you're going to do, how you're going to wrestle, you'll win the match, most likely, unless the kid's actually better than you. But with trading, if you think the market's always against you, you're just going to lose. That's the reality. People always lose trading, and they're like, oh, the market's just against me. They're making excuses for themselves, and there's no excuses to make. It's you versus you every day. It's same thing with wrestling, same thing with trading.
Yeah, I feel like it really is like a mindset thing because like you said, like in the beginning, it's like doesn't matter if you trade like ICT or whatever. It comes down to the mindset. Every strategy can work, and if you can find one that works for you and you actually like stick to your plan, then that's when people, I guess, start to see like that glimmer of success.
You couldn't have said it better. Listen, I've talked to tons of successful traders. They all trade different strategies. Every single person trades a different strategy, and it's like, well, all of these guys are profitable, and they all trade differently. It's not the strategy. Yeah. It's their mind and how they can have confidence in what they're doing and how they can execute every single day. I went to the New York Stock Exchange on Wall Street. I got to go walk in there and look at their charts and everyone trading on the floor and talk to people that have been there for 40 plus years. And again, it's all mindset based. Like, yes, there is specific strategies and things that you can do that are better than others. But if you don't have confidence in what you're doing, you're not going to make money. You have to be able to have confidence and be able to execute on a plan. Otherwise, people just hop into trades. They're like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to stop out. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah. And they lose their money. Yeah. Like, I'm sitting at my desk by myself every day. I could easily lose every penny that I've earned for 5 years by a click of a button. Yeah. So it's discipline every day and just following rules every day. And if I can't do that, I take a step back and I reflect and I leave my desk completely because if I stay there, I'm just putting myself in a more vulnerable situation to make more mistakes. Yeah.
So for like those first 2 years, let's say, when you were unprofitable, would you do things like that a lot of beginner traders do, like moving your stop loss or like moving down your take profit once you're in the green and stuff like that? Like, is that what causes a lot of people to lose their trades and then eventually they end up quitting because of that?
Yeah. So I teach a lot of students, and I've also experienced it myself. A lot of people just fail because they want to make money. And at the end of the day, it's like they can make $500 that day, and that might be the most money they've made all year or all day, whatever it is. Yeah. And they'll still lose it because they want more. It's always they want more. If you follow some type of rule set, and that's how I was. I can make $1,000 in a day, and maybe I never even made $1,000 in a day before. I would still end up losing it because I'm like, dude, like I made $1,000. One more trade, I could be up 2,000. It's so stupid, but that's what goes through 99% of traders' minds is like they can always have more greed, their emotions, FOMO. Like for one of the things for a lot of traders is that they see a good setup and they're hesitant because they don't really have good guidelines in place. They don't have good rules in place. So they see that good setup and they want to click it, but they don't. And then all of a sudden it moves. Yeah. And they could have been up 20, 30, 100%, but they're not. Right now, they're mad, they're emotional, and they see it move 100% and they buy in. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you're losing that money. Yeah. Because you're making terrible decisions. And it's easier, like me explaining it to you guys, like, why would you ever do that? But when you're in the moment, it feels right.
It does, yeah. Yeah, like even when we would like trade on like funded accounts and stuff like that, like it would just be like we didn't do it for that long, so it was just strictly off of emotion. We're like, dude, we can make so much money from this, and then we start, and then it's like you don't go about it the right way. But how do you avoid? Like, how did you avoid and eventually get like start taking emotion out of your trades?
It's a great question. So there's a lot of processes that you can go through. For me, I love to journal. Journaling is one of the bigger things I believe every trader should do, because at the end of the day, what I was doing for years was I was trading all week, losing my money, and then forgetting about it on the weekends. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I'm just going to go hang out with my friends and just not care. And I go back next week and think I'm going to do something different, right?
Yeah.
No, because I didn't learn from my mistakes from that week. So journal every trade. Like I learned to dial down a process to where like, this is my strategy. This is what I have confidence in. And how can I put rules into that to where I can protect myself? Because trading is not about the money that you make. It's about the money that you can actually keep. Yeah. Right? Because you could be up $100,000 in a year, but lose it all in the last month and be down to nothing. That's what happened 1 year. So I was not profitable for around 2.5 years, and I would say 3 years. But my third year was kind of my point where I had a lot of success. I was up 80 grand on the year, and I wanted to get to 100. I had a monetary goal.
Yeah.
And I don't think those are good. I don't, from experience. I wanted to make $100,000.
Yeah.
And I was so close, a few months left, and I started taking really bad trades. And it just went down the rabbit hole. Like, I wanted 100,000, now I'm down to 60,000, down 20 grand from where I was. Let me just get back to 80. Just kept dwindling down.
Yeah.
And I ended up barely green that year, barely. Like, I lost all the money that I earned, and that's where I kind of took a step back. It's like, I know what I'm doing, but I just let my emotions take control. And it's really stupid, but it's just, you get caught in your own mind.
Yeah.
One thing that like I feel like I question, how do you navigate the social media and all that? I feel like day trading is like one of the most toxic, like education standpoints of like creators out there. Like,
yeah, and like the info space. Yeah.
How do you even navigate that as a new trader? Like, what would be your advice?
Yeah, that's a tough question. It really is, because there's so many people now. So many people that are spitting trading, whether it's options trading or futures trading or Forex or anything. There's so many creators. I would say, honestly, pick a few that you can personally like relate to. Besides their trading or besides what they're doing, like see their lifestyle, see who they are as a real person. For myself, that's how I try to carry myself. Like, I could have so easily went to Miami, bought a penthouse, and rented a Lamborghini. That would have been the cheaper route than what I did at home. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, but and it would have made me a lot more money, because that's the reality of marketing. Like, that flashy stuff gets a lot of people's attention. What I done doesn't really get that much attention, but it's real. And I think that's always how I want to carry myself, and that's why I stay true to it. Like, trust me, I've had that feeling. I'm like, man, this dude's posting his Lamborghini that he's renting, getting way more views than I am. I'm like, this is crazy. But at the end of the day, I always stay true to myself, and I always had really, really good goals. And my biggest goal with trading and making money was to build my own house, and which I was able to complete last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was able to build my own house from the ground up, and it was a great investment. I mean, I walked into $100K plus equity in my house. I just got pre-approved for like $420, and I put like $270 into it.
Real.
Yeah. So like I'm doing and I'm moving in a smart way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do things to sell it to someone else. It's really to build wealth. Like, I have a $420,000 asset now from doing something that, is hard, but that's a goal of mine. I wanted my own house, and honestly, I was ready to invest into a property for a long time. That's why I was talking to Danny Diamond.
Yeah.
I'm just ambitious, dude. Like, I want to take risk, and there really is no risk. Like, at the bottom line, if I failed, I had $0. I'd go back to my family. They still hug me and be like, I have a great support system. I'm very blessed. It's like, I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Every day I have nothing to lose. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is that a man has two lives, and their second life basically starts when they realize they only have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people are so afraid to take the risk, so afraid to do things. And it's just so crazy, because people are living in misery. Like people are literally living paycheck to paycheck, regardless of the money. They're not happy with their life. And it's like, is the risk that you're thinking about even more risky than the life that you're living now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you can only go up from where you're at. You're miserable.
Yeah.
What's the point of living a life if you're miserable?
I think I said this on maybe it was Danny's podcast, but I was like, it was like if you take the risk, your worst case scenario is everybody else's reality. And then people forget that even if you fail, like if you went to zero today, you still have the skill.
Yeah.
Like you still have your social media presence. Like you have legitimate assets that you have built up. And sometimes people think it's like think of everything in terms of like a monetary standpoint. And it's like your money can disappear in a day. But the skills and the following that you might have is the real asset out of that.
I do agree with that. And also my father taught me something really good because he's also a really good businessman. And one of the biggest things he really explained to me was like, even if you don't like somebody, like always treat them with good relation, good respect, and you never know when they'll come back into your life and provide something for you.
Yeah.
Like just be a good person. Like doesn't matter what your opinion is or if you hate someone or love someone, doesn't matter. Just treat them with respect, move with integrity and loyalty, and always good things will happen, like people are just so caught up in, nonsense, especially in these days. Like, even like with money, like I think money is a huge topic for discussion for younger kids now because, social media, you can make a lot of money. And not only social media, but trading and all these other skills you can do online. And these kids make some money and they spend it all. And it's like, dude, I drove a 2006 Ford F-150 for 8 years of my life just till last year because I was like, I'm not buying a new car or a new truck until I can buy it 5 times over in cash.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And that was like a principle of mine. Like I've learned that from Graham Stephan actually. He's a great YouTuber and a great finance YouTuber.
Yeah, I've watched him before. Yeah,
and he talks about basic stuff like investing long term, saving your money. A lot of these kids, they don't understand the principle of saving money. And again, I think that's a big thing for any person that's looking to have financial success in the long term.
They believe it's boring.
Yeah, they think it's boring. It's like, oh, why would I do that? It's put money in my Roth IRA so it's a retirement account. Like I get that when I'm 60. I do that because I hope to be so wealthy one day. I give that to my kids and they have millions of dollars. And
I say that all the time.
He does say that.
I say that all the time. I don't want my Roth IRA. Like if I have to take my Roth IRA to support me, I failed in life.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
I agree, and that's truly always been my inspiration. Like I put, I'm always investing, putting money away. It's like, dude, I don't even want that money. I hope that I give that money to my kids, my grandkids, whatever it is, and they have it. So they're supported and they can do what they want in life.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a big conceptual mistake that everybody makes. Like Dave Ramsey, I don't agree with all the things he says, but the basic principles of just the snowball effect.
Compounding.
You should be doing the stuff that's boring because all it is basically if you do it every day, consistency, it will eventually be something big. It'll be worth something one day.
Yeah, you guys are young. I'm young. Anybody that's listening to this, if you're young, even under 30 or in your 30s, time in the market beats everything else, right? Like over year, the S&P 500 typically grows on average around 8%. That's with, the last 2 years we've grown 20+%. It's been great.
It's up crazy.
But eventually it's going to correct itself a few years and it's going to be down maybe -8, 10%, whatever it is. But over time, if you look at the chart, you look at the U.S. economy, we only go steady up.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, people lose money when the market's doing that.
Yeah.
Right? And it's because they try to time it, right? So they have $10K aside and they want to invest it. And they see the market's flying higher and higher, and they're like, oh, well, it's only going to go up, right? Boom, they buy 10K worth. Now they're stuck at an average price that's so high, the market could drop 3 years consecutively from now. They could be down half their money, and they'll probably just sell it because they're scared and they didn't want to lose all their money.
Yeah.
That's not ever the right thing to do. And that's why a lot of people lost money, obviously, in the 2008 crash. It's like, everyone was panicking. The panic in the environment. Everybody was so scared. They all panic and sell But the people that were buying are multimillionaires now by doing nothing but buying when people were scared.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how you harped on like time in market is the most important. I've seen like studies before of like if you missed like because people like when like people like to take profits and all that stuff like if you're investing long term, and I'm not like a really big fan of that because like I have a Roth IRA, but I don't like to take profits because it's like, okay, if I pull this money out, I could miss the best 4 trading days of the year. Right. Where if I just keep my money in and I just keep, and like, let's say the market crashed, okay, I just dollar cost average down. Right. And then I just keep doing that over and over and over again. So when the market goes back up, it's just like it compounds.
All my friends always come to me like, dude, what should I do with my money? I'm like, well, are you investing in the market? No. Okay, well, let's get started. He's like, well, isn't the market extremely high right now? I'm like, yeah, but the reality is you're not just buying here. Like, if you're looking to invest for the long term, 20, 30, 40 years, like, dude, you're buying things that you think are sustainable. So ETFs are great because they hold the top, you could buy SPY, which holds the best 500 companies in the United States.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that. Like, you're literally betting on the U.S. economy. If the U.S. economy fails, then we're all shit out of luck.
Yeah, and we would probably have bigger problems
than
money shit.
Have bigger problems. Like,
there's probably tanks rolling around in like your house and stuff.
Yeah, like you would have more shit to worry about.
It's
than
ridiculous.
The money
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I feel like for my strategy personally, I loved finance. I loved doing the stocks. And like when I had a lot of time to dedicate to it, I would be more involved. But like if you want more of a hands-off approach, what I feel like works best, you set it to automatically reoccur, go in there, but I also do buy dips. So I'll put extra money when there is a dip.
Absolutely.
But you still have the regular monthly payment going out, so it compounds.
You're doing exactly everything right. And what I preach, it's like, if you want to long-term invest and make money, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take, let's say you work a normal 9-to-5 job, you get paid bi-weekly or weekly, you're taking a % out of that paycheck, it's going right into your account. Now your account's automated. So if you're buying, let's just say the overall market, ETF, SPY, okay, cool. You're going to consistently buy either every week or every month, and then you're going to have cash on the side to where, let's say SPY drops 20%. Now, instead of your weekly buy-in being $100, let's buy $1,000 now because we're going to really average our price down, but we're taking advantage of opportunities. Now, that dip, that's 20%, could go 30%, 40%, but you continue to buy more. And at the end of the day, you're betting on the economy to continue to go up, and it's just a no-brainer. It's like if you're young and you have time, you're going to make plenty of money on that. Not saying you're going to be a multi-millionaire from it, but if you do the right thing, you can easily have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Do you think for like those new traders, like paper trading is the way? And if it is, how long do they have to be in it?
That's a great question. I have actually went back and forth on this like multiple times because paper trading, it's good for some people. And I want to say this because some of them just simply can't handle trading real money. And also, you can back test. You can see, oh, well, this strategy I feel a little more confident in. Like the win rate is higher. So I think it's good to go and back test. Maybe not really paper trade, but you can go back on like TradingView to previous months and kind of see how the market forms out and how good your strategy works. For myself, I'm not sure if you're familiar with how I trade. I like to day trade options, but I also do futures as well.
Yeah.
But my motto is base hits. I don't look for the 10K days or, I don't look for that type of stuff. I've had 10K days. I've had a 40K day before, but
Jesus Christ.
I don't look for it. It's not it's not like I'm shooting for it every day. I think for me, in being consistent is really what makes me the most money. So I use a consistent position size. I never really go away from it. And I take the same types of trades every single day. And my typical profit is around $500 to $1,000. Now, my typical loss, which I lose too. Every trader loses.
Yeah.
If you're following someone that claims they never lose, just unfollow them. It's not true.
Yeah,
it's not true. You're going to lose. And there's going to be some points where, like for me, this week was a hard week in the market. A lot of volatility. My setups that I trade weren't forming out that much. I only got 3 trades this week, 1 loser and 2 winners. But I made well more money with my winners than my losers. So, limiting those losses and being a good loser, like that's what I was bad at the most when I first started. Was I hated to lose. Like when you wrestled, you hated to lose. Like that sucks. It sucks losing, and you just don't want to. And in trading, it's like you have infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
When you're done your match, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
Unless you see them again.
Can't blame anybody else.
And you can't blame anybody else. You sit at your desk, you're like, well, I can make this back.
Yeah.
You know, there's another opportunity. And there's a million opportunities, right, in the market. And that's why it's so challenging, because it takes a lot of discipline. Like, you have to be very disciplined with your decision making and have actual structured rules. I have 3 trading setups, day trading setups that I trade every day. If I don't find that day, I don't trade. Mm-hmm. So my routine kind of goes like this. I've made a whole routine for myself that makes me, I feel like, profitable. I wake up in the morning, I get a good breakfast, I read a little bit, reset my mind. The worst thing you could do is get out of bed and just stare at your phone for an hour. Like, your brain's fried.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be kind of just like, wake up and just go out and enjoy the sun, or right now it's freezing, so it sucks. But
go enjoy the snow.
Maybe if you're in Miami, you can go out.
Even in Miami, I was there last week. It was 40 degrees. Like, this sucks. But no, yeah, it really just wake up, like, get a good breakfast or move around a little bit, and I go to the charts. I chart all my levels. I have, things that I'm more interested in than others. Mm-hmm. I have scanners and things like that. And honestly, it's more so like, look, I give myself 2 hours of concentrated, like, nothing's in my way. I'm going to focus on the market for 2 hours. After those 2 hours, boom, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll come back later in the day for the last hour. But one thing for me was that I would make my money when I was unprofitable. I'd make money and I'd give it back. Every single day I do it, like, all the time. Like, I would just come back to my desk and find a way to mess it up.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's so, like, many little rules that you can put within your day that save you. For me, it was like, okay, I traded my first 2 hours of the day. If I lose twice in the first 2 hours, I'm done for the day. I lost twice. Maybe the market's maybe I did a lot of things wrong, or maybe it's just the market's against me. You could do everything right and still lose money trading. Mm-hmm. The market has its own way of doing things. It's like, no one's ever right. No one has 100% strategy. And that's why trading is so difficult. And everyone always says it's like, you can't just win all the time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So the person who's going to be profitable is the one that can accept the losses, have rules to their trading, like, have a specific setup, or have confidence in, a setup, or have an edge, they like to call it, have edge in the market. And that means, like, just having and following rules that really apply to yourself. Like, for me, I know what works for myself now. So I like base hits. I like to look for $500 to $1,000 a day. Consistent position size. I have a certain strategy that I use every single day. Mm-hmm. If I don't find it this week, I won't take trades.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the reality. Maybe I don't make that much money, but I'd rather do that than be clicking buttons for no reasons.
Yeah. Why do people always say that, like, day trading is impossible because you're up against, like, big banks?
Yeah, it's just an excuse, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a big excuse. I went to Wall Street and I went to the floor. I asked the guy that's been there for 40 plus years, and I'm like, is anything that you're doing against retail traders? No, it's not. Like, that's ridiculous. And it's just ridiculous to think that banks and all of this stuff is against you.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more so a viral thing than anything else. People are always like, oh, like, they're always against us. And it's like, no, dude, you're probably losing because you're doing things that, you're going against yourself.
Yeah, because people always say that, like, you're like, you might, like, all the retail traders are just like exit liquidity for big banks and stuff like that. I've heard that like a million times.
Well, there is strategies. Like, one of my strategies, I do look for liquidity, and it works for me, again, but you just have to form out a process to where you can reason every trade. And I tell every trader that I've ever talked to, this is my process. I have a checklist of 5 to 6 boxes of rules. And when I'm about to go into a trade, can I check off the boxes of why I can take this trade? What is my risk? What is my reward? What is the setup there? What am I seeing that makes this trade worth it? And then, obviously, the next part of the checklist is execution. Because you could be up 50% in that trade, and you could choose to be like, man, I think this can go 100.
Yeah.
And then it goes back down to break even, and you could choose to say, well, man, I was up 50%, but now I'm not. Now I'm at 0. Should I hold it? Like, I want to hold it. And they'll hold it. They'll see it continue to go down and down. Some of them will take that for, all their money. The contracts will expire to 0. and they'll lose all their money.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like a lot of people involve trading with hope, and you should never hope in trading. There should be never any hope. Like, you have your edge, right? That's what makes you confident. That's what makes you be able to execute on a daily basis. I have that checklist, and I'm able to go back. Let's say I take 2 losses that day, and I can look back, and if I checked off all the boxes, the market just wasn't in my direction. If I keep doing that, right, for 2-3 weeks, and let's say I'm doing everything right, checking off the boxes, and I'm still losing, now it might be a strategy problem.
Yeah.
It's not a mindset problem. It's not my execution problem. But now I might have to change my strategy.
Yeah.
Because markets change constantly. So a lot of people end up really missing that part of the process because they don't understand why they're losing. At least if I have a checklist and I can do that, if I'm winning and winning and winning, and I'm checking off the boxes, I'm doing everything right. Like, everything's working out for me. Cool. A lot of people end up doing honestly the opposite. They'll win and win and win. They don't understand why. So therefore, at the end of the day, it doesn't really help you because you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it if you don't have that checklist or plan in place.
What's your goal?
My goal, man, honestly, my goal has always been the same. Family, being close to my family, and just having a family of my own, and just traveling. I love to fish. I love to hunt. I love to be in the outdoors. And that's one thing with my family. Like, I go fishing with my uncles, my brothers, my cousins, my family. Like, we all love to do the same thing. So just enjoying time while we have it. And just my overall goal is to honestly be the best person I can. If that means that if I keep going and doing what I'm doing now and I have $1 billion, cool. If I have $1 million, cool. Like, I'm not too concerned about the money, to be honest. I've never been that way. I was once, and that's what made me lose money. That's why my perspective my perspective has changed. Like, I want to keep doing all the things right, like investing my money, trading with rules, and doing the things I know how to do, and just being a good person to the people around me, like give back to people. And I don't know. That's really my goal, man. It's just like, it's a simple life. People get caught up with these big goals, which is great. You should have big goals and aspirations, but
they should be the right goals.
Yeah, the right goals, right?
Yeah.
I started trading because I wanted to make money. It was a terrible goal. It's horrible. Like, it's just not what life's worth. Like, it doesn't make life worth living.
Yeah.
When you think about, I want to make this X amount of money. It's really dumb. Like, relationships are the most valuable things in life. Memories are the most valuable things in life. Mm-hmm. If I could spend money taking a fishing trip with my dad and we create a memory out of it, that's well more worth it than me going to buy something that's cool. Like this watch, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, who gives a fuck about this watch?
Yeah. It's funny because you kind of like sensed at it. Like, me and Jimmy, like, our business was stuck for like months and months and months. We're like, dude, like we're stuck in the same point. Like, we're not like, we have these goals, but our monthly revenue, like, we're not growing.
Right.
The problem is that we were focused on the money rather than the input. So, like, the money might be the output, and it's like, yes, everybody starts a business or gets into day trading. Like, they want to make money, but you have to start basing things based off of the input and the amount of actions that it actually takes to get that output. And that's when you see legitimate growth. And like, because then you start working harder at things because you're like, okay, like if me and Jimmy do X amount of outreach, okay, after this many methods of outreach over this many touch points, we'll get X amount of sales. And then it just becomes a math equation for everything.
I agree with that. And it's like the gym. I always relate things back to the gym too. It's like, dude, you go in the gym and you see people on a machine and they sit there. They sit there for like an hour. And it's like, then they'll come back and they'll probably be complaining to their buddy like, yo, I'm not making any progress. Or I don't see any gains. I've been in the gym consistently for 2 years now. Well, dude, the gains aren't made by just sitting there not working hard, one. And two, like you said, the input. And two, like, you have to be eating right. You have to be, your diet is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So like, everyone thinks they're working hard, but they don't evaluate every aspect of it. And it all relates back to trading too, because you could have be doing one thing right, but if you're not doing everything else right, you're not going to reap the rewards.
Yeah.
Showing up's not enough. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Showing up means nothing. You can show up every single day with no intention, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Like, there's people who go to the gym probably like for 5 hours a day, and then you look at them like 2 years later and they look the exact same. It's like, dude, you're here all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And I see it all the time. Like, It's crazy. Like, I love the gym because obviously we grew up with a wrestling background. We love to work out. Like, it's just ingrained in us. And dude, I go to the gym like 5-6 times a week. And the biggest thing is eating right. Like, if you eat right, you're going to get gains in the gym. Yeah. You have to train hard, of course, and have some type of regimen like to follow. But dude, if you can eat right consistently, like, your body's going to reward you. Your mind's going to reward you. And it's always been a big thing for me to stay consistent in the gym. It's like, it is a direct reflection to my trading. Yeah. If I am lazy and don't do anything, I'm going to be lazy on the charts. I'm going to be lazy everywhere else.
Yeah.
I want to touch back on something you mentioned before because I think it's super important. And I feel like it's one of those things, like you said, like people don't look at and evaluate. How important is the mornings for you? Like that process of getting up and doing the right things to set your day up?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's super important. Like, you start the morning, how you start is how you're going to finish, right? Like, and so I wake up and just like, you got to get off the phone first. Like, people are just stuck on that thing. I hate social media. Honestly, we're doing this podcast. I hate it. I don't hate talking. Like, this is cool.
Yeah.
But like, you can get stuck on there, man. And a lot of people, for a lot of kids these days, it's a really negative impact. There's so much negativity. There's so many like false things that people are following. Like, the one thing I hate right now that's like popping off is like the looks maxing.
Oh my God,
stupid
bone smashing.
We joke about this
like,
all
are
the
you
time.
kidding me? You want to get a hammer and smash your cheeks? That is the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, dude, go to the gym, freaking put the incline on the treadmill, walk for an hour, go to the Stairmaster, do another 30 minutes, and go home and eat some chicken and rice, bro. Like, that's what's going to help you.
I have like friends in college who are on like peptides and shit, dude. Like come on, bro.
If it benefits your health, like if it's proven, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I think supplementation is okay. But like, dude, I don't take anything besides, I take creatine because it's proven to work. It's healthy for you.
And it's good for your brain too, like actual focus.
And like protein powder to get you more protein. But besides that, you can get everything else from food. And I think that's a big thing. Like, eating right is always going to help you out in life, regardless if it's business or if it's just your mental health or just whatever your goals are. You'll just feel so much better. Imagine like just eating like shit every day. Like, it's just, you're going to feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you are a representation of what you eat. Like, if you eat McDonald's every day, like, dude, you're cooked.
It's good, but
it's
good, but you can't do it.
Dude, that would hurt me, man. That would hurt. But honestly, that's the craziest thing about me is like my genetics. Like, I'm naturally skinny. Like, I'm just naturally very lean. I could eat McDonald's every day, probably twice a day, and never look different.
Yeah,
like just how I'm. How I am.
Yeah,
I get
really
eat
upset
fast
that
food.
you said that.
No, a lot of people get upset. A lot of people get upset about that. But I'm like, you have to see the flip side though. It's much easier to lose weight than to gain weight. Like, for myself, I was once up to like 175 because I was in a phase one time where I wanted to get bigger and like be bigger. And when I got to that weight and I was way stronger than I was now, I hated it because I felt unhealthy. Like, I wasn't as athletic. Like, when I went to go wrestle, I couldn't even go 15 seconds. Like, I'm gassed. I'm like, dude, my muscles taking up too much. Like, I'm not as athletic. I don't feel as good. Honestly, for me, it was more about just feeling good and doing what I like. I like being an athlete. I'm actually doing the High Rocks in Miami.
No way.
In April. So
High Rocks is sick.
Yeah, gonna do that.
It's like literally wrestling.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like full body.
Yeah,
so it's full body cardio. It's great.
So like, I would never opt to run a marathon anymore. Like, dude, I ran way too much to.
I ran a marathon, dude. It sucks. You're not missing out.
I ran miles upon miles, not because I wanted to gain any type of anything, just to lose weight. Like that. That was the worst. Like, losing weight, cutting weight.
With the sauna suit on?
Dude, sauna suit on.
Absolutely
Bro,
not.
I was spitting gallons during high school class.
Yeah,
like, dude, it was brutal. It was brutal because my freshman year, I came in like 130, and I had to cut down to 106. And so I cut down to 106. My cousin was 113, and he was dropping to 106 at the end of the year. So I did it all, not to wrestle 106 in districts, but it worked out because my cousin took second in the state. Damn. He almost won. So
that's fire.
Yeah.
Wait, what you said in the beginning, like your dad was a state champ. Can you like go into that a little bit? Like, that's sick. Like,
dude, my dad was
for New Jersey.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
that's wild.
So was my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, both for Paulsboro. Honestly, like, my dad's just a hard-nosed type of guy. Like, always hard work pays off. It's just the bottom line. we always talk about wrestling, and we can relate everything back to it. And even now, I'm still involved in the sport, and it's the same thing always applies. If this kid has talent and he's slacking off at practice and he's not doing the right things, that's going to be the end result for him. Yeah. He's not going to achieve what he wants. There's no way he gets lucky to the point where he wins a state title. It doesn't happen. Yeah. You never see it in wrestling. In other sports, you can probably see it. In wrestling, you are a true example of what you're going to be.
Yeah.
So if you go in and you slack, you're going to get that reward. That's it.
This is super not off topic, but it's really funny. So one of our friends growing up, he was a very good wrestler. And this one time, the coach saw him eat a Reese's cup. And the coach was pissed. He hounded him. He said, "You're not going to win a district title because of this. That's the difference between you and the person that wins." It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Dude, we hated him for it, but in reality, it is true.
We've had some funny moments, man. The wrestling room builds so much character. Regardless if you're good or not, you get in an environment where everyone's working hard, and it's you want to quit a lot of the times, but you push through, and that builds so much character. And that's why wrestling, you see a lot of people that come out of it that are super successful. Yeah. Because they have that grit, they have that toughness. And I've seen that a lot of people that you've had on this podcast also have wrestled. Yeah. And it's just funny because you're gonna meet so many more people that wrestle because it's just the nature of the sport, especially in New Jersey. It's a big thing around here. But
I'm right by PA too, so a lot of people are from PA. It's the wrestling scene's wild.
It's funny. I actually had some guy reach out to me to do my content. And he was talking. He's like, "I think I've seen you before." I'm like, "I don't know. I've never seen you." He's like, "What weight class did you wrestle?" I was like, 132 this year. He's like, "Oh, I think I wrestled you at Escape the Rock." And
that's funny, dude. Yeah, Council Rock.
I think we were in the same bracket. I don't know if we wrestled, but dude, there's just so many people. The wrestling community is so good. Just builds so much character, and that's what life's about. My father instilled hard work, do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. You just got to work for it. And wrestling parents seem to be a little crazy.
They are.
My dad actually was pretty good with me. I was good at baseball when I was little, and I loved baseball. I was like, dude, I'm so good at this. And obviously everyone wanted me to wrestle, so I did. And there were some points where I was like, I don't really want to wrestle. I don't love it because you don't really love wrestling until you start winning. Unfortunately, you get your ass beat and you're like, damn, this sucks.
Yeah,
this is hard.
And then you got to go to practice.
And you go to practice. And
you go to practice, dude. You're a little kid and you go out there and you get dunked on your head and you're like, damn. This is horrible. This is the worst sport ever. This is
and then you're getting yelled at after.
Dude, I have so many experiences, but that's why having good mentors in life and good coaches in life is so important to these kids. I think one of the biggest things in life is about your environment. You can see a lot of kids that have potential, but if they put themselves in the wrong position, maybe their environment's bad, maybe they're hanging around the wrong people. Unfortunately, you're a product of your environment. So if you can't escape that, you'll probably end up doing what those other people are doing. And that's why when I started trading, in the first place, I just put myself on the weekends in my parents' basement in the dark. I literally in the dark had the LED lights up, just in there grinding. Not because I was really being productive, but because I knew everyone else that was my age was out at parties and doing this and that, and I'm like, dude, if I want what I want, I'm gonna have to work for it, and that's kind of the attitude I had with everything.
You have to sacrifice that fun.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, you have to. A lot of people come to a place in life where you either have to, make more sacrifice or reduce the desire.
Yeah.
A lot of people get to that point, and it's what's worth it for you? Yeah. It's always sacrifice. Always. In my mind, it's always sacrifice. Sacrifice more. If you really want it, that's your real goal. You'll do anything for it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people end up reducing the expectation and reducing their life just because it's hard, and
it is.
People can't go through hard times to see it through.
Yeah. When did you start building your personal brand, and how did you figure out how to catch people's attention?
Dude, that's a great question. So I started out, like I said, in my basement just grinding, and I was like, man, I'm trading and I'm losing my ass. This sucks. But I have to be relatable with somebody. Someone has to be in my shoes. So I started posting TikTok. I actually didn't have the app for the first 2 years. I totally was against it. I'm not going to sit there and scroll. I don't care, whatever. But when I created it, I followed like 5 to 10 creators that I feel like could benefit my life. So my whole feed was people that I'm actually benefiting from, not some, stupid TikTok dances or something like that gets you nowhere, right?
Yeah. Taking a hammer to the face.
Yeah, so you got to follow people that actually inspire you, one. But so I started posting my content like talking about trading, my experiences, talking about, everything trading, investing. And I was posting for months, 2, 3 times a day. I never told a single person, not my best friend, not my family, not anybody. Because like, honestly, when you tell people that are close or even like just friends from high school or something like that, they're like, dude, you're posting TikToks. Like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to do anything for you, which is like, cool. That's fine. But I never had the desire to tell someone because in the back of my mind, regardless of what their opinion was, I was going to do it anyways. So kept posting, staying consistent. Once I started to see I was actually gaining followers, people were commenting in the same shoes. It made me feel relatable, but also made me feel like, oh, I have a purpose with actually posting now. Like when I'm posting, people are learning from my mistakes, and I can also learn from other people. So it was like more of a way to connect with others that are in the same space. And I kept doing that, and it's about just staying consistent. So I kept posting. On TikTok, at least for the first 3 months, I gained like 7K followers. And then I posted this video. And actually, I remember this video like it was yesterday. The video I created was I was doing a lot of research. And at the time, I was trading low cap stocks. So like penny stocks that had, IPOs or catalysts coming up 2-3 months. So I went through hundreds of stocks. I found 3 stocks that I'm like, dude, these stocks are going to blow up. Like, they're going to blow up. And so I made a video on it. And at first, like, I posted it and I let it go. The next morning, I woke up. It was just like, I had a few thousand views. And I was like, pretty good. It's like, oh, this is growing a little bit, right? That week, every penny stock I put in that video went 100% or more.
Damn.
That week. And it just gained so much traction because everyone in the comments like, yo, this dude's on to something. Like, not one missed. Like, this one went like 200%. The other one went like 600%. And the comments were like exploding. And when you get a lot of engagement in the comments, it's really going to push the video. And that video, that next whole entire week, I went from 7K followers to 200K in a week.
Dude, that's nuts. How many views did that video end up getting?
I think it got like 7.9 million.
Dude,
I could go look. It might be at 10 million.
That is wild.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You're like the wizard.
Yeah. No, that's what people probably thinking. Everyone in the comments was like, dude, this dude's legit. Meanwhile, I'm in my basement. I'm like going through stocks. I'm just like thinking like, I was doing the research and doing the back end work, but did I really know that those stocks were going to pop off? No. No, I just did all the research and like, again, I had a real passion for it. So I was like, man, like if I just keep posting about stuff I'm passionate about, like it's going to grow. And that video really popped off. And then I went to Instagram, started my Instagram. And at that time, again, I'm still full in trading. Just talk about my experience and being relatable. And again, consistency in that area is the same thing with everything else, man. Like it just grew my account. Now I have over 100K on Instagram, over 200K on TikTok still. I don't really use the app much anymore, but I should. My YouTube, I'm trying to grow it. I have like 7.7K subscribers.
Okay.
So like I'm growing, not as much as I was back then, but I think I kind of took a little more of a step back from social media to just focus on my trading just because it's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
I have a question. Like it's to you, but like on behalf of like the space. What is your opinion on like traders going from trading to like coaching? Like, because I always think, and like me and him would say it all the time, looking at it like, okay, well, if they say they're making this much money while trading, like, okay, why are you not trading then? Why are you trying to sell a course? Like, what is your opinion on all that?
Right. So the only way I work with someone is one-on-one, and I don't take more than 5 clients. A lot of these people board a client, and they're just getting hundreds of people because obviously it's a huge influx of money. Like, if you have skill, everyone's able to sell it. I don't have anything against anybody. And in my opinion, like, at the end of the day, you can always see this guy and be like, oh, he's a scammer, like truly.
Yeah,
like,
he just sells a course.
He just sells a course. And if that's the case, then that's like, I'm not saying it's fine, but I don't want to say it's fine, but like, what can I do about it? You know what I mean? All I can do is control what I can control and be my true self and actually do things that I think it's going to benefit people.
Yeah.
So for trading, it's very niched down. You might have a strategy and you might have you might be this close to being profitable, but you might need someone that's actually holding you accountable. And like for me, I've dealt with students like my one student, Adam, that I've worked with for 3 months now. He was unprofitable for 2 years. And he came to me like, dude, like, I just need help. And I was like, dude, I'll take you on as a one-on-one client. I only do one-on-one work because I don't believe in the course.
Yeah.
I can give you a full course. The reality is probably won't go all the way through it and probably won't really make you any better because I'm not giving you direct correlation to what I think can actually benefit you. Yeah. I'm giving you broad information.
It's the same information you go and watch a YouTube
You could go watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And still, you could probably still get the information I'm giving you on a one-on-one. But it's different because I can actually see, like, I can go back to Adam and his trading, and I can see what he's been doing wrong for 2 years. But now what he's doing now, like, when he's trading, I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, this is really, like, why are you moving your stop loss to break even after you get up 10%?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, well, I just want to make sure that I don't lose. Well, I'm like, well, let me think here. When you move your stop loss up after you reach 10%, how many times does it come back down and stop you out of break even? He goes like, 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's the point, right? So like, there's little fine details. Like from him, I told him like, look, you're not moving your stop loss up until it gets to your first profit target. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting that 10%, stopping at a break even. Then all of the work that you did to find that setup, you did it for no reason.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you take a trade, you either win or lose. Right, and that's just the reality. So you have to be accepting of the loss before you take it. So if you're buying that into that trade, and let's say your loss was set at $300, and you go up 10% and you put it at break even, and you take zero, you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing. But if you kept the loss at 300, you waited for this. You're up 10%. It dipped down back to zero. Then it went back up to 20 and hit your profit target. Now you can let's say you took 10 contracts, you sell, you trim at least 5 to 8 of them, you secure your profit, you put your stop loss at break even. Now you can actually see to make 30, 40, 50%. It's a free trade because you took your profit, you did everything right. While also now you manage the position to where you can't even lose on it.
Yeah.
So there's like little fine details that you can fix, and that's just like a broad detail. But like there's so many different things that a trader can fix. And for myself, like I said, I have one thing like that I focus on and I do it every day. I don't really change it. And that's why I feel like I'm able to catch those base hits very consistently because I do the same thing every day. And if it doesn't work, I'm taking the same losses too.
Yeah.
So obviously risk to reward plays a big factor, right? You don't want to be losing more than you're earning. And that's a lot of people reverse that process. What happens is a big thing in trading and influencers, they talk about when you see green, take it, right? Because like obviously the more you could take green, the more money that you're going to make. But it's kind of very counter to trading in general because what happens is you could be taking green. If you don't have that stop loss in place on one of those trades, the trade that fails, you're going to lose all of that green that you took.
Yeah, if you get stopped out.
Because you don't have the right risk management. You don't have the right stop loss, right? You don't have the right systems in place. So a lot of people try to take that small green and it ends up being red over time.
Yeah. I feel like even going back to like the info space or like buying courses, like even me and Jimmy, like in terms of marketing, like we pay for info because it's like if somebody
bought $10,000 worth of courses.
Yes. If somebody works with you one-on-one, well, they might have been doing something for the past year and a half that they don't realize that they're doing. And if they just have like that little extra piece of knowledge and someone being like, hey, like don't do that. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, that completely changes the game. For us, like if we buy someone's, let's say they sell a course or like a mentorship or something, well, if they have 10 years of experience in marketing, well, they can see and be like, hey, like you're making this mistake that I also made when I was in my first like 2 years or whatever, like just do this instead. And then you just start fixing things and you get to learn from other people's mistakes without having to make them yourself.
Absolutely. And I think in that case scenario, 100%, like buying into a course and having courses or info, I think is a great thing. Everyone should try to be learning from someone that actually has done it. The bigger thing is with trading, it's so niche down that like these people are selling them a full course on something that maybe they're a full beginner, they don't even know anything. So like the reality is if they go through that course, it could be on strategy and they're still going to have zero clue. Like there's so many different things in trading that it feels like for me, when I onboard a client, if I do onboard them, it's very limited. Like I don't like just sell anything. I want them to be trading for at least 2 years. Like they have to be experienced because at the end of the day, if they come to me brand new, like they still have a lot to learn. Most likely the person that's going to turn profitable is someone that's went through maybe some losses, years of losses and experience. They know what they're doing, but they just need a few different things to be fixed. And it's like they can't figure it out themselves. That's why they've been there for so long. I've took multiple courses, not to say it's helped me or hasn't, but I think there's benefit to courses and info, and obviously there's not. It's just one of those things where if you're dedicated and you want it, I think you'll get to the place where you want to be if you buy info or not.
If you had to give advice to someone who is just starting out and like let's say they took the jump, but like they don't really know what's going on. Right. Like they don't know if they should be trading on a live account or funded account or paper trading. What would be like a couple pieces of advice that you would give to them? Yeah.
So first, I would start out like this, man. Just get your knowledge up. Whether it's YouTube, it's free. Whether it's Instagram, like I post, a lot of information. You can find information anywhere. But one of the biggest things for traders is experience. So getting your charting platform up and actually seeing how the market moves. Like understand why things happen, understand, time frames, technical analysis. So that means like getting screen time. So I used to spend 5 hours a day at least just reviewing the market, looking at the charts and just understanding like this moved because of this reason, or like this moved up to this level because this level was an important, New York session high where the market's previously rejected 5 to 6 times, right? So there's obviously a lot of sellers up there. Like market experience, you can't be taught. Yeah. So you have to kind of put in the legwork yourself. That's why I think when you're a beginner trader, you dive into it and you instantly want to buy a course. I don't think it's that beneficial because I can't teach you the market. Like I can't be the eyes for you. I can't click the buttons for you. I can tell you, but if you don't understand it yourself, it doesn't help. Yeah. So I think the best way for someone to start is to get a charting platform like Thinkorswim or TradingView, get the charts up, analyze them, figure out, even how they move on the 5-minute, 10-minute, daily time frame, go look at time frames, understand how the market moves. And then you start to apply, right? We talked about it. If you just keep wanting to soak up information and never apply anything, you're not going to get anywhere either. Yeah. So for me, I would start with this. I would go with a low amount of capital. You could do funded accounts. You could do that because, you can buy an account for $50. It's not much risk. And if you lose the account, it is what it is. Yeah. The only issue I have with that, I think they're great for some people. Other people, it really is gambling. Yeah. And it turns into gambling because they know if they blow it, it's just another $50 that you can buy it again. Yeah. Otherwise, if you start with $500 in your account, that's your $500, and if you lose it, that's all because of you. And so that means that you have to manage risk. That means you can't just buy another $50 account, right? Because then you're going to have to put another $500 into your account, right? So start with a low amount of capital, and even if it's shares, I think shares are a great way to start because when you trade options, you're leveraged. So there's so much into trading that I can explain, but a lot of people, they'll get into trading and they'll put $1,000 in their account, and then they're like, oh man, I don't know what to buy. Let's go on Tesla. Let's look at Tesla options. Okay, they'll go on Tesla options and they'll buy the next expiration that's there, which is the most volatile, the most risky. They'll select a strike price. Maybe Tesla's at $500 at $700 because the contract's cheap, and they're like, wow, this contract's cheap. Like if it goes up this much, I'm gonna make a lot of money. Well, it's cheap because there's no way it's going to go up to that point. Yeah. And it expires that day.
And then you have the Greeks and all that stuff too. And then your contracts are going to dilute.
You're screwing yourself and you don't even know it. And you can get lucky, but the reality is your luck runs out. Trading isn't about luck. You can probably get lucky a lot, but at the end of the day, your luck's going to run dry. Just like gambling. You could be on a heater. You could be winning and winning and winning. And you keep getting greedy and you just don't know what you're doing. You're just going to lose it. You're going to walk out of there with nothing. And it's the same thing. Trading is absolutely gambling if you treat it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you could trade on shares to start, which really builds a way to see how the market moves, but also apply with a little bit of money, right? Because look, if you bought, you can buy even fractions of shares now. Like, let's say you only had $500 and you want to buy SPY, you could buy a fraction of the share on Robinhood or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least if you buy in and you can analyze the candles and what's happening, you can see that your P&L is going up or down.
Yeah.
Not by a lot. It's going to be very, very, very little. But you could get that emotional feeling of, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Right? And you could start with shares, and options is a whole different ball game. People lose their ass with options. It's because, again, there's so many variables, like you said, the Greeks.
Greeks, man. I hate theta, man.
Dude,
theta always pins me.
I can't tell you how many times people come to me like, I don't understand why I lost money on this. I'm like, well, let me explain what you did. He's like, well, today I seen a good setup on SPY and I bought 0-day expiration contracts, and I was like, well, okay, that's fine. I don't trade them because they're too volatile. One candle, you can be down 30%. How can you manage risk like that?
Yeah.
Now, if you have a strategy that's tailored to that, that's one thing. If you're very disciplined, that's one thing. But most of these people don't have that. So, again, it's good. You're going to lose money. But they can also be selecting a strike price. So let's say SPY's at $500 and they select it at $520. It's not going to get there in a day. So it's going to expire worthless.
Yeah.
That's what it means when you buy a 0-day expiration contract. You think that price is going to move up to $520 that day. And dude, you're out of touch with reality, but they don't understand. And it's like, yes, if it did move $5, you'd make money on it right away. But look, it's so complicated that if you bought a 0-day expiration contract, and let's say it was SPY, $500, and even if you bought a 502 contract, right, $2 higher, it's very possible. But that chops around for that whole day after 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and market's about to close. We could have a pump up $1 and they're like, yo, it's moving up and I'm still down 20%. I'm like, dude, because you bought a contract that expires that day. So they're valuing, they're putting in the contract time. Like, it's going to decay the contract because the longer you're holding it for that day, it's going to expire, the less value it holds.
Yeah. So nobody else is going to buy it.
Yeah, no one else is going to buy it. So it's like, for me, my rule of thumb is, again, I have rules for everything that I do. When I trade, I don't trade 0-day expirations. And it's because, one, they are cheaper contracts. Yes, that's what makes them attractive. But the thing is, if the move doesn't happen within the first, 2 hours of market open, those contracts start to move against you. Yeah. Right? They're going against your favor. Even if the market starts to move, the contract's going against you. Yeah. So what I like to do is I like to buy the weekly contracts. So if I'm trading SPY on a Monday, I'll either trade, Tuesdays or Wednesdays cons. And I'm still trying to day trade it, and they're a little more expensive. But again, that reduces my risk to the downside as well because they don't move as fast, right? So there is a lot of strategy to it, and I swing trade as well. So another thing that I look for is longer time frames, higher time frames. So I'll go on the weekly, and I'll find a really strong stock, and I'll look for it to consolidate back to the EMAs, back and formulate some type of pennant or some type of consolidation. I'll look for the breakout. This is very off my brain, but I talk about this all the time.
The swing trades, I feel like that was the method at the end. You're all right, 30-day swing trades.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very visibly easy to look at that and be like, all right.
It is much easier because you're relying less on personal execution, but more so on time. Yeah. And time, like we talked about, can give you more of an advantage in the market than anything else. So with swing trading, and you can catch crazy returns, especially if you bought, for me, when I'm usually a swing trader, I'm usually buying 2 to 3 months out or, in between there. That just depends on the setup, of course. But I can hold it and I can see multi-week moves, right? I can see huge moves, and that's because I bought time. Yeah. And there's just so much things in trading that I think a lot of people just mess up with, and it's trial and error. It's all about personal preference and how you operate too, because you might be able to be more patient than this guy over here. Therefore, that might be the secret skill that helps you make money. So therefore, we might not make you day trade anymore. We might want you to say, hey, this is your strategy because you have the power of patience. You understand that you're not you have that skill set. So therefore, having the time in the market might make you more money over time, regardless, because that's, it's a good quality trait that you have. Everyone has different traits. Some people are way better, like in the moment. They're very quick. They make they have good decision making, but they don't want to be patient. So they trade a different way. But again, that's why every trader has a different strategy and different style, because it's all about personal traits. For me, I like to be a little bit on the slower side. That's why I buy the next day or weekly cons, because I don't want to be down 30% right away. Or up 30% right away. It's not my intention.
I saved myself a lot of money. I realized real fast that the trading was not meant for me.
So if you had to go back and give some sort of piece of advice like to like your younger self, like 18 years old when you first started trading, what would it be?
I don't know. Trading's hard. Everyone told me it was going to be hard, but just don't listen to anyone but yourself. Like, I remember telling people that I'm going to be a day trader. I'm going to trade for a living. And I swear every person I told that to, they're like, traders don't make money. Like the fine line between being profitable and unprofitable is very, very thin. And it's like, I get it now, and I get what they were saying, because you can easily lose money trading, and it is what it is. But if you just stay true to yourself, you have actual big dreams and goals, and you work towards them, the worst thing that happens is that you fail. So I would say if I had to go back in time, I think if I could, I would tell myself to just push harder. Like sometimes I let it get to me, like sometimes like maybe they're right. And it's easy to let them thoughts get into your head, but just go harder. Every time it feels like it's getting hard, just like face it and just go harder at it. Like me and my business partner always say, like, back against the wall. And like that's how it should feel, like every day. Like you're just going as hard as you can, and sometimes you get burnt out, you need a reset, and that's life. But just never give up. Never give up. Just keep going. And if you have a true passion for something, you can make it happen. And I think one of the biggest things to success is that when you ingrain it into yourself and you truly believe in it, the success part comes unconsciously. It actually just appears, like it comes. And it's because you're not, at the end of the day, when you're working, it's not like you're working for the goal anymore. It's like it's ingrained in you. It's like you're going every day. That's your process. That's what you want. And I think success like that is inevitable.
Do you think putting yourself like in a situation where, like you said, your back's against the wall, but like failing isn't an option? Do you think that's better for people to do? So like it's this or nothing.
So failing's not the option, or not an option?
Yeah, so like it's not an option. So like if you come out, like for us with social media, I know when we decided to put our face on it and like show what we're doing, like I knew like we can't fail. Like I can't sit there and be like this didn't work out. Like, do you think putting yourself in situations like that is better to have that pressure?
Now that you say that, I do agree with what you just said, like 100%. You put yourself out there, make yourself known, and at the end of the day, if you don't do what you said you're going to do, everyone's going to be like, well, you started it, what happened? What happened? And it's no one else to blame but yourself, and that's why I love life. You go through it, and the people who make it are the ones who put their next foot forward and just kept going. They never gave up. They just kept pushing, and there's always going to be hard challenges. It's life. I don't know. People just break.
Yeah. I think especially with the day trading world, like 5% like success rate out of it, like that you have to be a different human.
It's hard, and I don't plan to trade for the rest of my life. That's not my end goal. Like at the end of the day, I think I will continue to trade just because I love it. It's a passion. But like, is it my route to doing everything I want in life? No, I don't want to be stuck at the charts. I don't want to be looking at my phone all the time. Like, dude, I think what I'm doing now is just to set myself up for the future of my life, my people that are around me. Like, my end goal is to have a nice shore house in Seattle, New Jersey, have a nice crib somewhere else, maybe a few other places, and just have a great life where I can create memories with people that I like.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and do you think it's more important for like the people learning, because like everybody wants the Lamborghini, everybody wants like the new car. How important is it to stay true to yourself, your family, and worry about your own life? Like,
it's the most important thing in life, and the hardest thing to do in life. I see so many people that have the same reasonings that they go about life, but they break to the outside world, right? Because a lot of the thing with life now is social media presence is so big. They want to be someone that they're not.
Yeah.
And it's unfulfilling. A lot of these people that have the lifestyles, I guarantee you, are the most not happy person on earth because they're really not living the life they actually want. There maybe is some people that want to truly enjoy that stuff, which that was their goal. And I don't shame them. That's 100% cool. Like if that's your goal, that's your goal. But I feel like a lot of people buy into the standards of life nowadays, and it's just a bunch of BS. You be who you want to become or who you want to be every day, and you'll live such a happier and better life.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. Like, dude, like you have to put yourself first and you have to do what is actually meaningful to you. Like if you don't chase passion, you're not going to achieve anything crazy. Yeah.
For sure.
If you just want to be a doctor, that's a crazy thing. But like if you want to, if you just want to be like, all right, like I think I just want to get successful in this and do that 9 to 5, and like, you need to be a lunatic in whatever field you are to actually make a difference.
Because you'll get beat out by the person who is passionate about it if you're not. They'll work longer days, and the success will come easier to them because they love it. That's
talent only goes so far.
Yep.
Talent only goes so far.
Do you think day trading is like one of those things where if you put enough time, you could learn it, or it's not meant for every person?
It's not meant for every person. There's some people that can trade for 10 years and never make money.
Have you found people like that?
Oh. Yeah. Dude, so I've talked to so many people. I can remember this one lady specifically. She's taking courses. She's an older lady. She's taking courses, and 1 year she had a fantastic year using this strategy she learned. $400,000 she made. The next year, lost all of that $400,000. And she came to me and she was asking me, like, what can I do to make it back? And I'm just like, I wanted to say, like, honestly, I did tell her this, but I'm like, I want to, like, lean back. I don't want to be too harsh.
Yeah.
But you might as well just shut the computer and move on.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're going to be thinking about that for a long time, every day you're trading,
you're going to be chasing
You're thinking about that $400,000 you had, but now you don't. And it's like she didn't understand that what I was trying to tell her was that I can't promise you can't promise returns. But what you can promise to yourself is, like, you have to learn to forget and grow from your mistakes. And that's a costly mistake that not a lot of people are going to be able to come back from. Just because mentally it's going to hinder on you. Regardless of what happens, you could still be making money. You're still going to remember that $400,000. That's why for me it was so hard to get out of the hole that I was in, because I lost $50,000+. I was working 2 part-time jobs. At one point I told my dad, I'm like, I could just work this job and now I go to college. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, that's stupid. Like, you're supposed to be somewhere way higher than that.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you that because I love you, you're my son. I'm just telling you that because I know what's in you. Like, when you work hard and you work for the right reasons and you put your best foot forward every day, you could achieve anything you want. A lot of people, they get to a point and they're just satisfied and they're just content. And that kills people. It kills people's dreams. Like, for her, with the $400K, like, I had no words.
It's a tough cookie to bite off.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but that's reality for a lot more people than you think. Like, that's just one story. I'm sure people have lost way more. I'm sure people have been through way worse. And that's why trading's not for everybody, because it can be treated like gambling. Just like gambling's the worst thing ever. Having online gambling on your phone.
It's terrible.
Kids get destroyed on that. Like, even regular people. Like, one time, dude, this is just a random story. I had like a few $100s in my account. I went to the blackjack table live. And I was like 7 a.m. in the morning. Like, this is funny. Like, I just remember this clear as day. I'm on there, and I'm like, I'm only playing like $25 hands until I lose my money.
Yeah.
Because I had it in there from winning like a free bet I had. And I'm just seeing this person. They put $2,000 down on the blackjack table. It's 7 a.m. I don't know what time it is for them. Dude, 2,000, lose. They double it. So they lost 2,000, put $4,000, lose. So they keep doubling it. Dude, I'm just watching. I'm playing $25 hands. I'm watching this person. Lost $20,000 by the time I got done taking a shit. And I'm like, dude, this person probably just spend all their like what is like this life is crazy.
Yeah.
People spend all their money. It's the same thing with trading though. People treat it like gambling, and then next thing you know, it ruins their life.
Yeah.
So do I think trading's for everybody? Absolutely not. Do I think if you have interest in it and you want to do it, you should try it?
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't have the personality and the discipline to do it.
It's the reality.
What is your what does your dad, what does your family think of where you're at now? Like,
Everyone always says I'm doing great. I just never think that. I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm just doing me, and I'm just going to continue to get better and just to try to achieve more. I never have like, my dad's a very modest person. Like he definitely thinks he's definitely proud of me, but it's not like anything crazy. You know, it's like more so we have one life, and if this is what you want to do, just do it to your full capability, and just keep trying to be a better person. Be a better, like whatever you do, just be better.
yeah. I feel like we're getting to that end, and we have the same question that we ask everybody for like the last question of the podcast. And because you run like an AI software company, it's always, do you currently use AI like with what you do now, and like how? And then what is your opinion on AI and like it moving forward?
Dude, AI is the future for sure. I mean, I've been trading AI stocks for the last friggin' 3 months.
Yeah.
And they've been crushing it. Recently pulled back, but AI is the future for sure. Like it does solve so many issues, it solves so many problems. And even like, this sounds corny, but like sometimes we're young males. You don't have many people to talk to about what's going on in your life. Like we have friends, but at the end of the day, not a lot of our friends are always structured around our life. So you can't really talk to them about, like your business or my trading. Like, so like even as therapy, like you can go on chat and talk to it. Like I know it sounds corny, but literally it solves so many problems from businesses to scaling to even personal problems. Like even just understanding yourself more or having a game plan. Like I can create stuff on chat, or I could do anything in a click of a button. It's the future. It's the future.
No, I agree with that. Like it's one of those things to where now it's adapting to where like it learns. So they have the feature with the businesses, but like they also are learning like your personality. So like
100%.
You could talk to it and it can give you actual good advice based off of your circumstances.
I started using ChatGPT like later on. I never downloaded it until like it started to get big. And like I can talk to it like just for fun. Like I'll talk to it, but it knows who I am now. Like it knows what my quality traits are, how I operate. It's funny that it's funny to say it, but it's like they know it. They know you more than you almost know yourself. It's
nuts.
crazy.
It is.
Does that scare you at all?
No, it doesn't scare me.
A lot of people look at that and they're like
they're
terrified.
like, oh my god, yeah.
People find a way to get you scared about anything. You realize that?
Yeah.
Everything scares people.
Yeah.
And that's what scares people away from following their goals.
Yeah.
It's like everything's there to fear-monger you. It's like the news outlets. If you sit there and watch news all day,
Dude,
you're going to be miserable, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to feel horrible.
Yeah.
It's because like half the time they're showing negative stuff and not showing all the positive that's happening in life. So I always focus on positive things.
Yeah.
It's just brings your vibe up, brings your spirit up, brings your mental up. Like there's no reason to be focusing on negative stuff in life. And I don't know. It's crazy that social media really pushes a lot of negativity too. So
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Well, Geno Duca, thank you.
It was a pleasure, man. I really enjoyed this podcast.
Now we appreciate you so much for coming on. Like this is great. A lot of young kids, especially in this space, like there's a lot of educational things that they can take from this and maybe guide them down their own path. But
if you're a young man and you're listening, I just want you to know, just keep going to your dreams. Whatever it is, it's not outlandish. Like it's not out of reach. Anything, it's not out of reach. Just believe in it, because you have God on your side. You have a good support system. If you have good work ethic, anything is possible in life.